Thank you, man.
Thank you, guys. Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Can you tell the story of Norman and the horse from Boondock Saints 2?
What horse?
How he was so scared of the horse.
What horse? I'm kidding. Who here hasn't heard the horse story? You haven't heard the horse story? You guys remember in Boondock 2 when it opened up in Ireland, there's these horses, right? Well, so there's shit I'm good at and shit I'm not good at, and shit Regis is good at and shit he's not good at, right? So we're sitting on these horses, and the first thing you ever do to an actor, whenever you cast them in a part, you know, say if the actor has to shoot a bow and arrow, you say, hey, you know, can you shoot a bow and arrow? And the actor's always gonna lie through his teeth and go, hello, Archer champion, 2010, full of shit, probably never seen a bow and arrow in his life. But that's what actors do, they lie. So, you know, Duffy calls me, he's like, hey, Flanery, you know, we're gonna open up in Ireland, can you ride a horse? Ah, fuck, I forgot you're from Texas, never mind, click, I'm from. So he calls Regis up, he's like, Regis, you know, we're gonna open up in Ireland, he's gonna take my horse, can you ride a horse? Regis like, oh, equestrian, you know, English, Western, all this shit. So on the day, when we get there, I come out of makeup and I'm walking the set and I see, shit you not, there's a cherry picker, a crane, picking Regis up in a harness like this. And swiveling the arm out and then lowering onto the horse. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? What is that shit about? He throw his back out? So anyway, they prop him up there and he's like, oh, you know, can you ride a horse? I'm like, yeah, I grew up. Yeah, hello, yeah. And so I'm sitting on my horse. And in the scene, I think you guys remember this shit where we have to roll a cigarette, right? I never smoked a day in my life. So I'm doing this shit. I've never touched it in my life. Regis is like... on his horse, right? He's cool as shit, suave bola. We start to roll the picture. And Regis is sitting on his horse, and swear to God, we're sitting side by side. His horse just does this. Boom. And Regis goes, Flanery, it moved, Shit's beard's falling off, man. And I'm looking at motherfucker like, you know, the horse's ass just shifted a little bit. And after we shot the rest of the scene with Regis propped up, there was a broomstick holding his saddle tilted because it was tilting him off, and he would do the scene and he would start to do this. He'd be like, well, you know, we got to go back to him. Wait, I'm tilting! So they shoved him back upright. But motherfucker looks suave with that cigarette. But again, there's shit that I'm not good at. He had to teach me how to roll a cigarette with like one hand, and I was like, But anyway, yeah, that was Regis on a pony. Yes,
all right, gentlemen, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm very, very sorry to interrupt. I'm over here. But I had, just got news that we had a birthday of the 11th of this month, right, Sean? You had a birthday?
I did.
So we have a Carla, from Sweet Treats, Customary Confections, cupcakes. Everybody, we should sing for Sean, shouldn't we? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sean. Happy birthday to you. All right, give it up for the birthday boy.
All right, now I want to know who the motherfuckers, when it came to the name, they're like, happy birthday, dear.
Happy birthday, sir. Thank you, crowd. Give it up one more time for the
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much, God. Thank you, Clark. I love you, homie. And there was some motherfucker I heard in the front row that's like, dear dude from Boondock. Yes, Madeline. What happened to the microphone?
Okay. Hi, and I like your boots, by the way.
Thank you.
I was wondering what was the funniest thing that's happened to both of you?
To both of what's the funniest thing that ever happened to you, Rob?
Think about it.
You guys talk into the little fuzzy
Can
kid.
you give the funniest thing that ever happened to me in my life? Gee, I don't know. I'll get back to you on it. I can think of some.
Let me tell you about this dude. Sometimes you won't hear anything from him for like a week, and then a nugget will drop the fuck out of his mouth. I swear to God, the first thing that Rock ever said to me on the set of Boondock, he can confirm this shit. You know, they have director's chairs. You always feel like a pretentious ass sitting in because that's your name on it. I'm like, I'll sit in somebody else's chair, but sitting in your own chair with your own name, you just feel like a dick, you know what I mean? And I'm sitting in Rock's chair. And I've never met him before. Rock comes up on the set, and he walks up to me. And he looks at the seat's name, and he looks at me, and he looks at, and I'm like, this fucking guy's gonna get pissed. I'm sitting in his chair. And then he goes to me, he goes, hey, Sean, do you like peanut butter? I said, yeah, Rock, I like peanut butter. Yeah, me too. And he fucking left. That's how I met Rock. True fucking story. Another time we landed in St. Louis. We were in a limo going to a convention.
This story is the truth.
They were both true. Motherfucker forgot about the first peanut butter one. And in all honesty, we land in St. Louis, and we're sitting there, and it's silent, and I'm trying to chit-chat with Rock, and he's just looking out the window, ignoring me. And then he comes out, he goes, Sean, did you know that in St. Louis here, they have the Bowling Hall of Fame? It's like, no, Rock, I had no idea. What, you bowl? No. Motherfucker's got Nietzsche type shit up there in the cranium. He just doesn't let it slip out, ever. He's denying it right now. That shit happened. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
How are you, Lindsay?
I'm good, how are you?
Very good.
I was wondering if y'all could sign my cast.
Of course. Do you have a pen? Who's that? Yes. Heather Bowen right there, by the way. There you go. Yes, Heather Bowen.
I'm gonna ask you 2 questions.
Lay it on me.
Since Rock has you and Norm together in prison, if Connor gets out, what kind of girl does Connor like? This is for everybody.
What kind of girl does Connor like? Well, so far that has not been explored. So, you know, let me tell you, you ever, this is a real chapstick user. Watch. Extract it, one hand, cap removal, one hand, application, cap back on, one hand. That's the type of shit, like, Reese does that shit with a cigarette. But if motherfucker use chapstick, you know how some people, they move the chapstick and other people move the lips? Reedus would be like a lip. Nothing to do with your question, but...
You're trying to avoid it.
Well, yeah. What kind of, you know, I think Connor, I think he really has an affinity for chicks that know sign language. It took her a minute. You know, maybe that'll be explored in part 2. Maybe he was pointing out of the window at a chick peering over the gate.
Maybe. Okay, and a Jane 2 panel. Did you want to mention it?
Yes, yeah, Jane 2 panel. For anybody that wants to show up, we're having a little book discussion. Contact Heather Bowen. Raise your hand right there. That's Heather Bowen right there. Contact her. We're gonna have a little discussion about the book. And thank you, by the way. Yes, sir.
Hi, I was wondering what it was like to work with Michael C. Hall and the cast of Dexter, and were you upset that you weren't brought in sooner?
You know, it's kind of like that's kind of like the Walking Dead question. You know, it's funny when they asked me to do that. The answer is obviously yes. Do you want to be on a hit TV show? Is Dexter? Like, fuck yeah, I do. But you don't say that. You're like, oh yeah, let me think about it over the weekend. I'll get back to you. Know what I mean? But it was killer. You know, I've made a career doing films that nobody sees. You know, so to get on a TV show that you know has an expected audience, it's kind of amazing. You know, I loved it. I love doing stuff like that. It's a well-written, well-received show. I didn't like the way it ended either. But yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of that type of stuff. And it's you know, as an actor, you want your work to be viewed, you know, and that getting on a show like that guarantees it. It feels good, man.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, gentlemen. This is a question for both of you. Considering that it was such a cult classic, I guess, are you surprised at the staying power of the Boondock Saints, and you still get recognized for it, and there's still people who want to come and talk about it and hear you talk about it after all these years?
You know what's funny? I mean, every dude in here, their wife is a cult classic, and they never get sick of it. Every chick in here, their husband's a cult classic. You never get sick of that shit, you know? If it punctuates your consciousness, that shit never gets old, you know? You don't invest in depreciable assets, you know? Body gets old, but whatever you really fell in love with, that stays the same. You know, if you choose right, it never gets old. You choose wrong, shit gets old real fucking quick. You know, there's some fluff films out there that kind of lose their luster. I've had them as well. But every fucking time I turn the channel and Grease is on, when she goes, "Tell me about it, stud," the Jimmy Johnson perks up. Fucking 30 years later, it's like, oh, what? You know what I mean? I don't know if that even answered the question. Raise your hand if you understood me. Ah, I like it. Fuck, I love this audience. It's kick-ass. Yes, ma'am. Okay, you guys leg wrestle, and the winner can ask the next question.
Okay, so on social media, on Facebook and on Twitter, people keep talking about how for Boondock Saints 3, they're wanting to add Brad Pitt. Is there any truth to that, or is that just a rumor, a nasty rumor? Because the actual Boondock Saints page on Facebook reposts that stuff.
I have no idea, but if fucking Brad Pitt wanted to be in it, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm in a movie with Brad Pitt, motherfucker! I mean, come on, are you kidding me? Again, like, people are gonna be like, you know, Brad wants to do the movie, but we're not gonna. I'll be like, fuck, are you kidding me? I wanna be in a fucking Brad Pitt movie? Fuck yeah. I read that too, and I was more excited than all of you motherfuckers. I was reading, some people were like, fuck, you can't put Brad Pitt. I'm like, yeah, shut the fuck up, yes you can! You kidding me? Come on, man, I'm from Texas, I don't forget that shit. I ain't never been to a Brad Pitt movie, but I want to, you know? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I've got two questions. The first one is, I'm from Australia and my friends would kill me if I didn't ask, are you planning on ever doing a convention in Australia?
Oh, I don't know, but I dig that place, man. So if I'll talk to Clark and Steen, see if we can muster something like that.
It'd definitely be appreciated. There's a big Boondock Saints following down there, so both of you would be very
I like
appreciated.
it.
Do you know that show? I think it's called Utopia. And I like that show a lot. It's
See
called
what I mean?
Dreamland. It's called Dreamland here in the States. Yeah, and it's only 2 seasons, I think.
Yeah.
And how many seasons do you have Utopia? Is it
I
just...
think it's only the 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe it doesn't
See, did they get rid of it?
Usually, yeah. Unless it's a big soap opera, it usually only lasts a couple seasons in Australia. And the second question is, what was your hardest scene to film during Boondock Saints?
None of them. Let me tell you this. I had my first paper out when I was 8 years old. I changed the deep fried cooker at Church's Fried Chicken. I worked at a donut shop. I've had every conceivable job known to man. I worked for Atlas Van Lines. I lugged couches around. Whatever, I had 2 jobs through college. I know what work is, and then no aspect of this is work. For 27 years, I haven't had to get a real job. When people go, what's the hardest? I mean, you're searching, you know what I mean? That's like what's the hardest pillow? I don't know. I mean, if you gotta call one hard, I guess, you know. But by comparison, I've had jobs, man. Don't tell the producers because they still pay you for shit that you do for free. You know, but in all honesty, I'm not trying to be overly humble, but it's the truth, man. You know, they give you a house inside of a truck to stay in between sets. There's a table with freshly cooked food in case you get an urge to snack. You know what I mean? It's kind of stupid. You work for 3 minutes and then you have an hour break in a trailer with cable TV, a stereo, internet connect. There are no difficult scenes. It's easy. I'm lucky as fuck to be employed in this industry. And I'm in the most expendable industry known to man. When the apocalypse comes, I'm fucking unemployed. All of you motherfuckers have jobs. It's the truth. You know, I don't take that shit for granted. But I can't for the life of me put shooting a scene in a movie with the term hard or difficult without feeling shameful. I can't. And it's the honest to God truth. Any motherfucker tells you, I went to this difficult place to give you that, well, fuck you. You're in a movie, motherfucker. You know, everybody wants to attribute their craft to some traumatic moment in their life. Fuck you, that's nothing to be championed. That's something to be rectified. You jump over that. Like adversity. You don't look back and go, thank God I did it as a young boy because I took that trauma and I fuck you. Don't fucking laugh about that. That's not the place, man. We're lucky as balls to be in this industry and gainfully employed. And I relish every fucking moment. And so thank you guys for showing up and watching the shit that we do. You know? But I'll tell you again, you guys show up to an event like this to come and hear us talk about something we've already been overcompensated for. And yet you guys want to show up again and go, whoa, it was really great to see X and Y. It's crazy to me. You know? I don't take that shit for granted. Some of you guys drove 8 hours to come and tell me that you loved me playing in a movie. You came from Australia to tell me that you loved me playing in a movie that I've already been compensated for. That being an actor, there's more people that want to be an actor than want to be president of the United States. And to be employed in that industry and yet have somebody come from Australia, honest to God, I wake up in the morning thinking Ashton Kutcher's gonna pop through the door and go, ha 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 ha, you really a ditch digger. We fooled you for 27 years, motherfucker. You know, it's kind of crazy, but I'm blown away every time I come to one of these events and I hear you guys talk and smother us with adoration. It feels incredible. And let me tell you, you guys get the short end of the stick. If I could give you guys the gift of feeling what it feels like to have a line of people tell you that they dig you, it's nourishment for the soul, man. It really is. And I don't take it for granted. So thank you for your travels. Yes, sir.
This question's for Rocco.
Well, let me just back up. Like, what the fuck you guys need to do intervals? Like, it's so taxing? Your arms get tired? Then this is a third rotation. That's like fucking, it's like, oh fuck, next, taxi, you're in. Okay. Motherfucker had me do 3 rounds. I was exhausted. Give back to me. It's tough, right? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. Am I the only one that noticed that shit? It's like a fucking relay team up here. Like, what's that? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this question's for Rocco. I don't know if everyone here, but kind of having a shitty day. I was wondering if you could tell us a joke.
Hello? Okay, I'll give you one. What nationality do you want to pick? All right. Do you know what Christ said to the Irish when he was dying on the cross? He said, don't do anything until I get back.
Thank you.
All you motherfuckers. There was like 6 people that laughed because they read the Bible. The other 586 are going, oh, weird. What happened when he came back? I don't know. Did he go to Subway? 40 years ago, the whole room would have laughed. Yes. Don't you tell me who goes next.
Hey there. Thank you for having this panel. Inquiring minds want to know, did either of you ever do a nude scene like the Rita's shower scene? And if so, where can we find it?
Filthy thing reaching for your phone.
Like they all see them all.
Now what was it? Could we do a...
Have you ever done a nude scene? And where can we find it?
Have we ever done a nude scene? I've never done a naked scene, no.
Liar.
What do you mean, liar?
You were the extras. You've got the ice bag on you.
Yeah, but you can't see anything.
Powder.
Yeah, but you can't see anything. But yeah, I've been butt naked in front of a crew. Whenever we shot the shower scene in Boondock. I don't know if you guys know, but have you guys ever played with marbles as a kid? You know the marble, it's a bag and has a drawstring? Well, these motherfuckers had tan, flesh-colored, like, little marble bags. I call them, like, package bags, right? And they gave them to both of us to do this naked scene. Like, you're gonna shove your junk. Every dude in here is like, what? Chicks are like, ooh, interesting. No, not fucking interesting. Like, I'm gonna shove my shit in this marble bag and cinch up the fucking knot. Get the fuck out of here. The most valuable thing I own is in between my legs. That's my moral compass. Motherfucker swings with every step. It's gotten me in the most trouble and taken me to the heights of my life. But I'll tell you, I'm not wrapping that shit in a cinched Ziploc bag or anything. So I go in the bathroom right before we shoot this scene, and Ritas is in there, and he's like, I'm like, what? He's like, I can't get this on, man. What you can't. I'm like, are you gonna wear that? He's like, yeah, you're not. I'm like, no, yeah, I'm gonna wear it. Of course I'm gonna wear it. Granted, it was in Toronto, Canada in like early December, late November. So it's about, 3 degrees below butt crack. And so obviously, the Jimmy Johnson's shriveled up to the size of a small sun-dried raisin. It's up near your neck somewhere searching for heat. There's like nothing to show. Every dude that's honest is like, yeah, but the dudes are like, not me, man, I'm like, man, cold, I don't give a fuck. Bullshit, motherfucker. That's a retractable motherfucker. So we're up there, and I'm like, I got a phobia. I'm not like cinching any knot around my Jimmy Johnson, much less my genetic legacy. I'm not putting a noose around that motherfucker. What if a motherfucker tripped and fell, and his hand grabbed that string and ripped it? My shit would fall off like a guillotine. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck who sees my shit. I'm not wrapping that shit with a noose. So we're out there, swear to God, and we're doing the shower scene. And Troy Duffy's got 120 frames, which is incredibly slow motion whenever you play it back. And he's pushing in on the dolly, 120 frames. And he goes, shampoo your hair vigorously. First of all, that was weird in itself, telling him to shampoo your hair. And Norman is, I swear to God, like he's watched some Fabergé organic shampoo commercials. Because the motherfucker's like... and it's zooming in really close. But in the middle of that flex, and like... homie's package fell off, and it falls to the ground. And suddenly, some dude I've never fucking seen rushes in and says, I'll get it! I'll get it! Ah! And he rushes and he grabs a little fucking marble bag. And Rita's like fucking covering up and shit. Never seen this motherfucker in the world. But apparently, he was a hairdresser for like a month and a half. Never seen this motherfucker, what's his name, fucking Francois or some shit? He like sashayed onto the set and started like going to put Rita's, and Rita's like, I'll get it, I'll get it, man, it's okay. Put his, true, so yeah, I was a long fucked up answer, but yeah, we did a naked scene. And yeah, it was cold as shit, and I didn't wear it because I'm fucking scared to wrap a noose around my shit. Raise your hand, motherfuckers, dudes, raise your hand if you would tie a noose around your genetic legacy. No, motherfuckers. It's like my granddaddy said, the tallowacker gets the glory, but the magic is in the balls. Who's next? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my question's pretty simple. If they were to go with the whole prison storyline, and y'all, you and Norman would be in the same cell, My question is, who would be top and who would be bottom? Obviously, I mean Boondock. Obviously.
Rock,
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm not dead. It's you two guys.
you guys ever heard that? You guys ever heard that fucked up joke where the dude goes into prison and he's straight and he's petrified, and the guy comes up to him, big old inmate, and he goes, "All right, we're married now. You want to be the husband or you want to be the wife?" And the dude's like, "Oh shit!" He thinks about it and he's going through every combination known to man, and he goes, "You know what? I want to be, if I have to, I want to be the husband." And the guy goes, "All right, I want you to come over here and suck your wife's dick." So that shit was funny, right? I forget who told me that. Somebody told me that. Yes, ma'am.
Hi there. First I want to say that my mother loves both of the Boondock movies and that say hi.
Your mother. Well, thank you, Mom.
Yes, I haven't seen them yet.
And thank you, Mom, for raising a daughter that doesn't give a fuck.
I plan on watching them when we get back to North Carolina. We came out to see you guys. And I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite place that your career has taken you?
Say it again.
What is your favorite place that your career has taken you? Like the most fun place you've been to because of your career?
What's the best place your career's taken you? You know, I'll again, this is gonna sound like so hokey, I'm reluctant to even say it, but it's not specifically Atlanta, but these events do more for me, for my whole life, give me more enjoyment than just about any place that it's taken me. And young Indiana Jones took me to 56 different countries. One of my favorite places to see visually was Prague, Czechoslovakia. I've been all over the globe. But I'll tell you, in all honesty, without stroking you guys, but if I'm divulging my innermost secrets, nothing gives me the warmth that this gives me. And I'll tell you, it's like, we were talking about this at my table earlier. It's, you know, when you do a movie, there's 100 people that are responsible for its success or failure. And that, up until 2 years ago, has felt, it's the best, it's the pinnacle of my emotional pleasure, bar none, in my professional life, or any of my accomplishments. And ever since I had a book come out in April, whenever people come and talk to me about that I'm solely responsible for, and people have driven miles. It's these events. Because I'll tell you, when you do a movie, and the camera operator's looking through the lens, he's not watching you perform. He's making sure you stay in frame. You know, the boom operator is making sure a plane doesn't fly by. They're not listening to what you're saying. They're listening for a plane flying over, an exterior noise that they can't duplicate on a soundstage. The only time you get feedback in film is from people that saw your film. And your family doesn't count. Your family doesn't count. You know, it's the people that have no incentive to tell you that they liked you. And I know it's the truth because some people go, "Man, I like this and that. Oh my God, why did you do B?" So you know they're being honest. Nothing feels like this, man. When you get into this business, to think that you've been paid for something, not to beat a dead horse, but my God, this feeling, I wish everybody at some point in their life could feel what it feels like to be on a stage and people come and just want to talk to you about a job that you did. Fucking Boondock was 16 years ago, and people still want to talk about it. And I'm honored and privileged, and I'm sat the fuck down by people that still love it. It blows my mind. Nothing even comes close. No place, no, oh, I got to go to Switzerland. Big fucking deal. Nothing feels like this. Nothing.
Thank you, and I will see you at the table.
We got one more question.
I just wanted to see if Mr. Rocco has anything else going on soon that we're going to get the privilege of seeing him in. Are we going to get to see you in anything? Do you have anything coming up that we get to see you in?
Locked Up is coming out. Hey, we got to wrap it up now and get off the stage. But and from my heart of hearts, guys, it means the world. And I know Rocco's the same. He may just think about it and be reluctant to say it publicly. But between the both of us, when we ride away from these events, we're both like stunned in the silence. It means the world to me. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. It's what? Oh, we got a raffle really quick. 2 raffles. Anybody that hasn't got a ticket, does anybody want a ticket? We're gonna do a raffle real quick. Look, everybody wants a ticket. We didn't know we were raffling off. They're like, give me a ticket, motherfuckers.
Come get one. Come get one.
Oh, shit. What's that? Here, Jade, come over here. Everybody, this is Jade right here. And she's gonna tell you what's going down. What are you raffling, Jade? Okay, look at this. Look at this stuff. This. They made this. It's a button from my book with a quote from the book, and it's Beyond Valkyrie, which is the last movie that I did that came out a couple months ago or a month ago, and some snacks. And they made this shit. It's like that's the cover of my book, and they made a button out of it. And now they're gonna show up here. She came from Toronto, Canada, and they're gonna raffle this shit off. No motherfucker ever drove by when I was digging a ditch and said, hey, I just wanted to stop and tell you, solid ditch you digging. Never happened. But this blows my mind. So let's raffle this off. Where's the backing? I know. And what else do we have here? Okay, so this is a she called this is a survival kit. So there's Kleenex, there's a necklace, this is all pertinent to the storyline, by the way, in the book. And there's a book. So if you want to come by the table, whoever wins this, you get a free book as well. So, and this is all, can you guys just check out these shirts, by the way? Nobody ever came through the drive-thru with a Church's fried chicken t-shirt and my name on it. Never happened. But this shit, it happens. That's crazy, right?
Awesome.
Look at the shirts. So we're gonna do a raffle right now. Hang on, one second. Sit the fuck down. I'm kidding. We're gonna do a raffle. We're gonna do the here. Yeah, she's gonna pull out a number right now. So who has got 3610884? Right there. Come and get your love. And the next one is 6737614. 6737614. Okay, we're going once, going twice. Ain't. Somebody's like 6737637. 6737637. Going once, going twice. DQ. The next one is 6737558. Oh, somebody was close. Oh, there we go! Hey guys, I'm gonna get out of here, but God bless. Thank you guys very much, and it's an honor and a privilege. Seriously, from my heart of hearts. God bless you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the shot, Patrick Flanery!